Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. At first, let me introduce myself. My name is Mestika Elok Arviani. You can call me Mestika with student ID 293-24374 from the Sustainability Executive MBA program at SBM ITB. So this video presentation is a part of the course Economic and Business Landscape Analysis. And then for this assignment, I will be discussing the competitive dynamics of solar panel brand in Indonesia photovoltaic market, a sector with immense potential, but also significant structural and strategic challenge. So we know that Indonesia is in a pivotal moment for energy transition. Understanding how policies, technologies, and business models shape competition in this space is very critical, not only for market players, but also for national energy planning. So, through this presentation, I aim to provide a structured analysis across key dimensions for like the policy landscape, market segmentation, innovation trends, strategic positioning, and emerging risks and opportunities. And then let's begin with the big picture, Indonesia solar energy potential. Indonesia enjoys abundant solar radiations, averaging 4.8 kilowatt hours per square meter per day. This put us among the world's solar-rich nations. The theoretical potential exceeds 207,000 TWh per year. Yet, as of mid-2025, installed capacity remains below 1 gigawatt. This gap highlights a classic development paradox: abundant resources, but underutilized infrastructure and policy bottlenecks. So this presentation explores why that gap exists and how solar panel brands operate within that environment. And I will focus on 4 objectives. First, analyzing how government policies impact competition. Second, exploring technological differentiation. Third, understanding market strategies across segments, utility, C&I, and residential. And 4, recommending strategic intervention for a more inclusive and competitive solar market. Indonesia's solar development is tightly linked to policy. The RUPTL 2025 to 2034 sets an ambitious target, 17.1 gigawatt of solar by 2024. However, recent regulation, MEMR Regulation Number 2, 2024, introduced a quota-based export scheme, replacing the one-on-one net metering. This change significantly reduced incentives for households and also for SMEs to adopt rooftop solar. We also face a significant financing gap. The Just Energy Transition Partnership or JETP pledged 20 billion, but estimates suggest we need at least 160 billion by 2030. And in addition, Indonesia, like smart meter infrastructure, experienced delay in project permitting and has yet to establish clear technical standard for floating PV systems. So while the ambition is there, the enabling conditions such as investor certainty, permitting speed, and regulatory clarity must improve to attract large-scale participation. Indonesia's solar PV market is segmented into 3 categories. The first one is utility scale segment. Utility scale projects dominated by global brands like Longi and Trina Solar, which benefit from economies of scale, project bankability, and advanced bifacial technologies. The second is commercial and industrial, or CNI, commercial and industrial. The segment is growing quickly, especially with local firms like Sun Energy and Surya, offering solar as a service with zero upfront cost and integrated dashboard for performance monitoring. The third is residential, still underdeveloped due to policy volatility and limited purchasing power. Brands like Maxion and Canadian Solar focus on affluent homeowners with high efficiency and design-oriented panels. So each segment require different value proposition, business model, and risk strategies. Understanding this dynamics is the key for successful market entry and positioning. Technological differentiation. So technology plays a central role in shaping competition. Bifacial burst modules offered by utility-scale developers generate electricity from both sides, yielding up to 30% more energy. They're ideal for Indonesia's hot and humid climate. And then the second is high-efficiency rooftop modules using IBC or HGT cells from brands like Maxion and REC, offer 22 until 24 efficiency and perform well under shading, perfect for residential rooftops. The third one is floating PV or FPV. Floating PV is an innovative approach using inland water surface. It provides cooling benefits and land savings, but presents engineering and regulatory challenges, especially in anchoring and moorings. In short, technological leadership is not just about product specifications, it's also about system reliability, performance under local conditions, and also one of the most important thing is bankability. Next is about competitive positioning of brands. Different brands compete through different strategies. In utility scale, global leaders like Longi and Trina Solar win through high efficiency panels, cost leadership, and strong financial backing. In CNI, local players like Sun Energy succeed by leveraging regulatory knowledge, fast permitting, and bundled service, including PPAs and performance dashboard. In residential, brands like Maxion differentiate through smart home integrations, design aesthetics, and 25-year warranties. In emerging floating PV, early movers who master engineering challenges like corrosion and protection and anchoring will have a first mover advantage. So what this shows is that pricing alone is not enough. Brands must offer tailored solutions and strategic value across customer segments. Next is about emerging challenges and opportunities. Now let's look at the broader landscape. Key challenges include weak grid infrastructure, especially in Eastern Indonesia, frequent policy shift and shake investor confidence, and then lack of affordable long tenor green financing. The last one is a deficit in solar trained engineers and technicians. But despite challenge, Indonesia also has a major opportunities. The opportunities is like expand green loans and microfinancing for solar adoption, accelerate grid modernization and smart meter deployment, build public awareness and technical training centers, deepen international cooperation, especially through JETP, Because if Indonesia can align financing, infrastructure, and workforce, solar will become a major driver of national energy transformation. So the conclusion for unlocking Indonesia's solar potential, I will try to explain it. So to unlock Indonesia's full solar potential, we need more than just cheaper modules. We need coordinated strategy that includes regulatory stability to attract private investment, affordable financing mechanism to enable adoption across user levels, modernize grid infrastructures to absorb distribute energy, human capital development to support long-term operation, and then the last one, support for innovation, particularly in a niche area like VPV. With the right mix of policy, innovation, and private sector engagement, Indonesia can become a leader in Southeast Asia clean energy transition, creating not just electricity, but inclusive growth, new jobs, and resilience in the face of climate change. So I think that's all that I can tell. Thank you for watching this presentation. I hope it has offered useful insight to the economic and business landscape of Indonesia's solar energy market, especially from a competitive dynamic perspective. And also, if you have any feedback, questions, or would like to discuss further, I would be happy to connect. Once again, my name is Mestika Elok Arviani with student ID 293243744. Thank you, and I hope we can all play a role in supporting Indonesia's sustainability energy future.